No problem. Yeah, we're good. Thanks.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
Just want to ask you about Evan batting, just kind of watching him go through what he's gone to get to this point. What's that been like for you as a coach?
Well, it's, Evan's a special young man, and we knew that when we recruited him. But then we knew that he may or may not be able to play his freshman year when we recruited him, and obviously we lost the waiver, and he paid a pretty severe penalty for some things that happened when he was young, not even a teenager, 12, 13 years old. So, but to see him handle the adversity of the last 2 years, the way he's handled it, the grace, the attitude, the positive nature that he's looked at everything. He's had some tough days, there's no doubt about it, but just how he's handled both his health issue and also the having to sit out 2 years of basketball. And now he gets to play, which is what he loves to do.
Evan told me that you had told him that, well, even if he wasn't going to be able to play, he's still going to be a scholarship guy at Colorado. What were those conversations like with him when you weren't sure and he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to play again?
Well, to be honest with you, I felt like Evan had to come to that place in his mind did he truly want to do that? Because if he didn't, I don't think there's anybody in the world that would have judged him or questioned that decision. But he loves the game of basketball. That's part of who he is, and it's again the passion that he plays the game with. I don't know if that ever crossed his mind. I'm sure it crossed his mind, but he knew that he wanted to play, and I just wanted to support him in any way that I could, because when you go through something like that, it's basketball is a very small thing, when it comes to your health.
And I guess the last couple of things from me, what have you seen from him in practice so far, and what are your expectations for him this year?
Well, here's what I've seen in practice. I've said this earlier, our football coach, Mike McIntyre, before the team takes the field, always says, "Welcome to the fight." And Evan, you don't have to welcome Evan to the fight. He's going to bring the fight to you. I mean, he loves the physical nature of the game, and going to be interesting to see how much they're going to let him be physical, because he's a physical presence on the floor. But he brings the fight to the court every single day, and plays with great energy and great passion.
And expectations for him this year?
I just want him to get back in the swing of things. And, he had an opportunity to go to Italy this summer and play. We went on a foreign trip last year. He didn't play, couldn't play. But just to get back in the swing of playing the game that he loves and playing with the energy that he does. He's going to go through the freshman adjustment just like everybody does. And how quickly he adjusts is yet to be seen. But, again, physically, he's ready to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
McKinley was telling me a little bit about Evan's defense, and that he's never seen a player that can guard at times 1 through 5. What is Evan going to bring to the table defensively? We don't talk about much about that.
You look at a guy like Evan, you see his body, you see his body type. He's big and burly and strong and barrel-chested, and you don't equate that body type with good feet. But Evan's got great feet, and I think that's what McKinley was talking about is his ability to move his feet and switch ball screens, show on ball screens, which he does a lot as a big guy, but also the ability to keep guards in front of him. And Evan's not what I would say an above the rim type player. He's a below the rim type player, but he's really smart. He knows how to use his body, and when you run into Evan, you usually bounce off of him. He doesn't bounce off of you. So he's got the physical, ability and presence defensively to hold his ground, but he's also got the good feet that can keep people in front of him. Excuse me. Thank you.
Coach Boyle,
hey,
good
Casey.
to see you, man.
Hi, Casey.
You have what a lot of coaches want, which is a point guard who has the potential to run your program confidently. I want to ask you a couple questions. One, how important is having a point guard in today's college basketball world? And then 2, what's the next step for McKinley in his basketball?
Yeah, I mean, having a point guard like McKinley is, it's like having the quarterback in football. I mean, it's critical to your success. There's no doubt about it. And when you have it, it makes your job a lot easier. The two challenges that McKinley and I talked about after last season were, number one, to become more of a consistent outside shooter, from the three-point range, as well as, 15 to 17 feet as well. He's really worked on that part of his game. McKinley is a worker. He gets in the gym. He's got an unbelievable work ethic. The second thing is cutting down on his turnovers. He's a playmaker. He's going to get his assists because he makes plays for others. But cutting down those turnovers, and we can get those, cut in half or even 33% less, then he becomes an elite level point guard.
How do you do that? How do you get a guy, because you don't want to sacrifice his aggressiveness, you want him to be a playmaker, right? So what are some of the, is it film study with you?
I think a lot of it is film study. A lot of it, we've instituted a thing in practice that we have some Versa climbers that are on the side of the floor, and every time a turnover is made, it's not punishment. It's what we call.
Can't wait for this.
Yeah. What do we call it here? It's not punishment though, Casey. It's incentive. It's incentive to not turn the ball over. Okay, so. Great. You can put your quote me how you want to quote me. I don't care. But it's a way to let them realize, because I think sometimes in practice, especially, you make a turnover and there's no, it's just like whatever, and it's like this is so part of it, but that's part of it. But the other part is film study and decision making, and I do think for a player like McKinley, who had to play so many heavy minutes as a freshman, sometimes fatigued. We're going to really try to monitor him. He's in great shape. I mean, McKinley's a guy that he doesn't know how not to play hard. So I think we've got to really manage his minutes, as this season progresses, to make sure he's fresh, both mentally and physically, because I think that's part of it as well.
Thanks.
Last time we saw you in a Pac-12 setting, you'd blown out your calf. Did you heal all right? Did the off-season training change?
Off-season training is fine. My calf is good. I'm ready to go. I'm still not going to win any foot races, but I'm healthy. All right.
Coach, campus right now that's got a lot of athletic success between the football team, the women's soccer team. Kind of what's the energy around campus, and how do you want that to filter into the basketball program?
The energy's great. This is a great time to be a Buff. I mean, a lot of our fall sports are doing well, as you alluded to. Our football team's 5-0, and I think it generates a lot of excitement on campus within our alumni and boosters. And I'm actually going to go to LA this weekend and watch our football team. I'm really excited for that. And now it's incumbent upon us as winter sports to take that momentum and continue it and make all of Buff Nation proud. Thank you.